Hi guys, hi, how's it going? How you doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today I am doing my update for my project pan, and it's kind of a sad update if I do say so myself, but I'm excited to have an update for you nonetheless. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please keep on watching. For those of you new here, hi, I'm Donna. I'm a lover of all things high and colorful beauty and self-care. I also work for Ulta Beauty as a field business leader, so I get a lot of education in my position. I like to bring you that education here. Ultimately, I'm just out here talking about makeup because I like to talk about makeup. And I'm assuming if you're here, you probably also like to talk about makeup. So let's jump in. Let's talk about some makeup. I feel like I'm showing up a little bit warm today. A lot more warm than I normally show up. And it might be because it is 10 o'clock at night. 10:30 actually. And I'm filming. Tried to do this all day, but felt completely unmotivated to do so. So here we are, 10:30, doing some filming. And I'm hoping to get at least a couple of videos filmed today. And we're going to start with my Project Pan update because I love me a Project Pan. So for those of you new here, this is my completionist project. This is the project that I have going on my channel, that I have had going on my channel since the beginning of January. I'm hoping to finish 50 makeup products this year. Last year it came super close. I think I finished 46 makeup products in 2023, and this year I'm trying to do at least 30 through my Project Pan series. I haven't calculated all the things that I've finished so far this year overall. I do think that we're off to a really good start. With that said, everything I roll into this project is a product that I'm trying to finish. Let's get started in the items that we do have left. We only have a few more items of the products that were rolled in at the beginning of January that are still with us. The first of which is this. This is the Fresh Sugar Balm, the coconut sugar balm, and this is just a lip balm that isn't what is on my lips today, but it is a product that I have almost completely finished. I do think that this has maybe one more month in this project, and then it will be gone. I have used this as a hydration balm for my hands when I had rashes. I use it on my lips. I use it on my elbows, of all places. It is actually just a really, really great hydrating balm, and I will repurchase this time and time again because I really do appreciate it for its true hydration and not really dry down of my lips. Sometimes I use a balm and those balms really do dry down my lips more than they do anything else. Like, my lips are dry, they are cracked, they are sometimes bleeding. This just doesn't do that. I talked about it last month specifically because I had another product in this project that turns out I was utilizing by swatching on my hand and then picking up with a brush and putting it on my face, and it was breaking out my hand. And I used this to help hydrate that area and really help get it so that that rash was not itching and dry all the time, and it really did wonders for helping that rash dry out. So this guy did weigh in last month at 17 grams. And I have news. I got a new scale. It is a beautiful multi-tone scale, and it actually works, and it weighs in also portions of a gram as well. So with that said, this month this weighed in at 17.37 grams. I don't think it's probably changed much in weight, but I definitely know that it has changed in the visual of the product. I know that you'll be able to see the difference in this. I'm really happy with the product usage that we've gotten so far out of this project with that product specifically. The next one that was also rolled in January was my Jonte Blue eyeliner in dark brown. And y'all, this is all I have left. It is the teeniest, tiniest little eyeliner now, and I cannot be happier with how this is ending up. I did finish an eyeliner last month. I do figure this one will also probably roll out next month. We did see quite a significant amount of usage in it this month. I used it quite a bit, but also it's just kind of fragile. I think it's probably one of the oldest eyeliners I have in my collection. It's not necessarily a gel eyeliner. It is rather stiff. I would not repurchase this eyeliner, although I do think it's a good eyeliner, or did think it was a good eyeliner at one point in time. It's just not one that I feel the same about now. I can, try and pencil it onto my lower lash line probably 80 times before I will ever be able to see any kind of like color transition from the pencil onto my lower lash line. I think that's why there's been so much use on it, because to be honest, you have to go over the area that you're trying to apply it 500,000 times before there's any kind of pigmentation to where you're trying to go with it. I have used it on my lower lash line and my tight line. I have also used it as a outer corner shader in my lid space as well. I'm just trying to get use out of it and get it out of this. And with the lid on it, it is so small. Without the lid on it, it is so small. And I had a really hard time like sharpening it this last time. So I do think that by next month, I either won't be able to sharpen it anymore, or it will be gone. I don't know, because I've never used up a Jonte Blue eyeliner before, how far this has that's got the like lead portion of it, but most eyeliners would stop about here anyways, and by the time it gets there, I'm not going to be able to sharpen it anymore. I am going to put a piece of tape on the end of it so it makes it easier to grip in the sharpener, but that's where we're at with that. And I know that you guys can see based on the tracker pictures that I have that there was quite a significant amount of use on that eyeliner this month, and it's just because I wanted to hard focus on that eyeliner because I am looking to get it out. That will be 2 full eyeliners out of my collection this year in Project Pan alone. The last thing that I still have in here that we brought in January is my Buxom lip liner. My Buxom Plumpliner is what it's called, and this is what it currently looks like. Now, this has been through a journey. At one point in time, I did love these Buxom Plumpliners. I thought that they were quite possibly the best lip liner on the planet way back when I first started buying them. They don't even make them like this anymore. How they make them now is a retractable version, and probably because they needed to make them a little bit more stiff or something, I'm not sure. This lip liner is what's on my lips today. It is not an awful color. I do like it a lot. It is in the shade Dolly Danger. What I don't love about it is it doesn't stay all day like lip liners that I'm used to these days. Like when I think through the lens of like Charlotte Tilbury and Natasha Denona, or even like, to be honest, even my ColourPop lip liners stay a lot longer than this one does. I know that the last one that I emptied was gone about here, but I also know that when I put it into the sharpener, I almost cannot. It's only got about a fingertip width of space between the sharpener and the end of this pencil where it becomes unsharpenable at that point in time. I have been using this pretty significantly as well. You guys will see the use on it by drawing it on my hand and picking it up and using it as a cream blush. Not that I don't like it on my lips. I absolutely do like it on my lips, and I think that it's pretty, but because it just doesn't stay, I put it as a cream blush underneath a powder blush, and that way at least I'm getting the use out of it. And there is a little bit of color to my cheeks that the powder blush can grip onto, and maybe the powder blush will stay longer or whatever. I don't typically have those problems anymore, but I do envision this being out of my collection by July's update as well. So we're looking at potentially 3 items leaving the collection in July, and that excites me. The next product I have is the Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Gloss, and I have to be honest with you, I forgot all about it. I rolled it in April, so April 1st I did roll it in. It had 32 grams in April when I rolled it in, 32 grams last month. This month it's weighing in at 32.05 grams. I do know that I've used a little bit of it, but I do think that when I initially marked it, which you guys can see down here, I maybe was blind. I maybe was crazy. I don't know why I thought that that needed to be the line marking, but I have since marked it with the orange, which is actually where it is right now currently. I think you guys can see that straight across the board too, as I hold it up to the light. I don't know what I was thinking with the other line marking. Like, was that while the stopper or while the doe foot was out of it? And this is while the doe foot is in it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I have forgotten about this, if I'm honest. So, except for the last couple days, this didn't see any use last month. So, I am not envisioning not leaving anytime soon because we still have a lot of work to do on that. And the next one was rolled in also in April, and it is the Dior Face and Body Foundation in the shade 3N. This one is hard because I shake it every single day when I go to use it, because if I don't shake it, I don't think that it is great. I don't know that it necessarily has to be shaken before using it, but I do feel like the wear of it, the look of it, and the pigmentation of it just looks better when you do shake it. So it's really hard for me to tell where this guy is. I really don't think that there's any more like line markings that I can make on this, but I do think that those line markings are right. And that pains me because I've used it. I've used it so many times. I've used it so many times since I brought it in April. In April, it weighed 52 grams. Last month, it weighed 51 grams. This month, it weighs 50.23 grams. So we are getting some usage out of it, but it's very slow but sure. And it's also not seeing any kind of decrease in where it sits in the packaging that I can tell. It's not necessarily completely opaque packaging, but it's also not see-through. So I don't know where, I don't think that there's another line marking I can make on it. But I am using it quite consistently. I just don't use very much of it. I have been mixing it with this foundation. So like I'll put one pump of this and I'll squirt out one squirt of this, and then I'll mix it with a little bit of a lightener, like a white pigment mixer, to make my foundation shade. It is what I'm wearing today, that combination specifically. It's what I've been wearing most days, that combination specifically, but I can't tell that there's been any use when I look at it in the bottle. Obviously, based on weight, there has been some weight change since we brought it in. Almost 2 grams of weight change since we brought it in. So I guess I'm happy with that. I just don't see the usage in the line markings. The next one I also brought in April, and it was the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Glow Wand Blush in Pink Gasm, and it's this guy right here. Now, I don't know if I showcased this in a video before, what it looks like. I know that, I mean, I could bend it and we can see that it looks to be about here. I didn't mark it when we first brought it in because it was completely full when we first brought it in. I'm not exactly certain that that would be, I'm going to mark it right now. I'll mark it right now, but I'm not exactly certain that that would be an actual appropriate marker because we all know these kind of packages have air bubbles in them. But I will mark it straight across here as we're looking at it this month so we can see that marker go forward as well. This did weigh in when we brought it in April at 11 grams, and there's been no change. And even today when I weighed it, it was 11.00 grams. So there's been no change in the weight of it. I have used it a few times. I know that last month it was kind of cannibalized on by the Lunar Beauty blush and the Odin's Eye blush topper that I was trying to use. So I didn't use it enough last month because I did have quite a bit of usage that I needed to get out of the Odin's Eye blush topper and the Lunar Beauty blushes, which kind of resemble this in a way. But I'm excited to start utilizing it now, go forward, and hopefully, because it's just a mini and I got a brand new one of these at FLC, hopefully we'll see that roll on out by September. I do think that this is going to be a beautiful color for the summer months because it's just a really pretty like corally shade. So I do think it's going to be a really beautiful color for the summer months. So I'm anticipating getting a lot of use over the next several months. The next product was the last product that we brought in the same time frame in April, and that was the Makeup by Mario Sculpt Stick. And y'all have heard this story 100 times, but my packaging for my Makeup by Mario Sculpt Stick broke. So I did put it into two different components that I had left over from some other products that I had used up. One of which was the Becca Under Eye Primer, which is a tight seal, and I can trust that that's an air safe container. And the other one was the Becca Anti-Fatigue Under Eye Balm container, and this isn't an airtight container. I mean, I think it is quasi-airtight, but I don't think it's 100% airtight. But with that said, this did roll in at 38 grams when we rolled it in April. Last month it weighed 36 grams, and this month it's back up to 37.42 grams. But last month my scale was all kinds of trippy, so I don't know that I trust last month's weight, if I'm honest with you. I felt like 2 grams anyways was kind of outlandish for me to have used, but I had used so much. But this month it's weighing in at 37.42 grams, which tells me last month was wrong, and this is what it looks like. And I think that you guys can see there is hardly anything left in this packaging. And I am so stoked about this because I do think that this will be gone by probably September as well. I don't anticipate it'll be gone next month, even though we do typically use quite a bit of it from month to month. There's still so much product left in here, and a little bit truly goes a long way. It is the like bronzer / contour that is on my face today. I do love this product, and bringing it back out, realizing that the component broke, and then having to put it into 2 different containers and utilize this through my project pan has been also that wonderful reminder that we sometimes need when our makeup collections are as large as this one is, that we've got some really great products in our collection. I really love this sculpt stick. I don't love the packaging though. I wish my packaging had not broke. I'm really glad that I'm getting use on it again. Last month I was able to roll in 3 new products. The first of those products was another Makeup by Mario product, and it was the Makeup by Mario Glow Gloss in Mauve Glow. Now this is one of those glosses that once you like push it up, you can't retract it back down. So I can't show you how much is left of this, and we didn't get a weight on it last month because my scale was the way it was. And thank you for the comment in the comment section about testing it elsewhere before throwing it away. I did do that, and it did work for a couple of days, and then it just went back to doing its crazy cycling thing, so I just tossed it. The scales aren't that super expensive, especially this one was like, I don't know, 13 bucks or something on Amazon. I threw it away before I got the weights on these. This did weigh 11.54 grams this month, so we'll just move forward from here and continue to watch usage on it. I will tell you, I don't think I used it maybe 3 times last month, so whatever weight it is currently is probably what it was last month. If not, it's very, very minimal change. Really happy to have this lip gloss in here though, because I really do love that lip gloss, and it is an easy to use gloss that I don't even need a mirror to apply. Like, I would want a mirror to apply this one because it can be a little bit gloopy, but this one doesn't get that way. Both of them are a little bit like spicy, not like spicy like burning, but like spicy like cooling and minty and kind of tingly, and both of them are mauve. So I've got my work cut out for me having two different mauve plumping glosses in here, but I think both of them hold a different purpose for me. Like this one, I wouldn't reapply every day, but I might put it on in the morning and then reapply with this one. The next product was the Ciate Watermelon Burst Hydrating Lip Oil. I rolled this in also last month. It did not have a weight last month, and we have 8.51 grams this month. I did mark this one last month, right there, the orange across it. I will tell you, I have used this maybe twice in the last month, but it does get, you know, a considerable amount that comes out every time you use it. But I'm not going to remark it because I don't think I've used it enough that I could remark it and make it like a significant remark. It would just look like me going over the top of the other marker for sure. Again, this one didn't have a weight last month because my scale was broken, but this month it is weighing in at 8.51 grams, and I do think that we will see this move quickly. It kind of holds the same place in my makeup, you know, journey day over day as this does, but this one I have been keeping downstairs next to my desk, and this one I keep up here. So every time I do my makeup, this is what goes on my lips prior to doing my makeup. And today it's actually layered over the top of the lip liner instead of using any kind of gloss because it's 10:30 at night and I didn't feel like plumping my lips at 10:30 at night. The last thing that we brought in last month was the Dr. Brent Pores No More Luminizer Primer. This was almost gone when I brought it in. I have worn makeup a total of 20 times over the last 30 days. And this rolled in again without a weight, but I did have it right there. And I think that you guys can see it's literally done. It is literally, I cannot get anything out of here. Gone. Love this primer. And even when I wasn't wearing makeup, so even on the 10 days over the last month that I didn't wear makeup, I did wear this primer because this is just a beautiful primer. And funny story, my mom bought my daughter Ipsy for her birthday, and she just got one of these in her Ipsy, and I'm like, oh, that's convenient. That's one of my favorite primers, and I just finished mine. And she goes, well, good. I needed a new primer. I'm glad to know it's amazing. And I'm like, you should give it to me. I'll trade you with something else. And she was like, no. Little snot that she is. Anyways, this is empty. We're not rolling out anything this time except for this. So we will find a replacement item for this. And I still have 9 items left in this project pan that are still going strong. I do think that these 3 items can be done by July. I think that this one will probably be done by August. And I think that these could be done by September. So I do foresee, hopefully, 7 more items leaving my collection in the next couple months. I'm actually pretty happy with the progress that we're making on these products. So I'm going to go pull a product to replace this one, and I will be right back. So I think I'm going to bring in another lip liner, and the reason why is because this one is almost gone, and I'm trying to barrel through some of my older lip liners, and this one will give me quasi the same feel, but a little bit different, and I can wear them both at the same time. So I'm going to bring in this bottom shade here, which is actually my Huda Beauty Lip Contour and Trophy Wife. This is actually pretty old to my collection. Still goes strong, still is super creamy, and gives me a little bit deeper of a shade to wear, which I think will be super fun during the summertime. Of course, with a lip liner, we don't weigh it or anything like that, but I'm going to show you pictures now of what it looks like in my trackers on the index cards that I have for tracking pencils and such in this project pan. I will go ahead and put it in my spreadsheet and we'll start working on this too. This is not an easy peasy product, but it is on my plan to pan list for 2024. I've only actually got a couple more things on my plan to pan list for 2024 as far as lip products go. And this is one of them. Trying to barrel through all the lip products because I don't spend a whole lot of time on lip products, to be honest. So with that said, that's it. That's all I got for you as far as my project pan update goes. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Are you doing a project pan? And if so, what products were you able to finish? I'm watching so many different project panners out there. I love watching project pans. So if you're doing it, let me know. I would love to come and support your channel. But how are you guys feeling about your project pan? Do you have a plan in place? What does it look like for you? I would enjoy hearing from you down in the comment section. So don't forget to hit a girl up down there. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you and yours are well. I hope that you are all safe and healthy and getting along as best you can. I hope that you are all loving each other, but loving each other from afar. And until next time, bye friends.